See you rapping now. Oh, I see you rapping now. Oh, I see you rapping now. Niggas look at you and be like, oh, I see you rapping now. Niggas look at me and be like, damn, bro, you still rapping. Niggas look at you and be like, oh, I see you rapping now. Damn, I've been rapping since before it was a thing to do. I've been banging K's since taking fucking high school. Niggas look at me and be like, damn, bro, you still rapping. Niggas look at you and be like, oh, I see you rapping now. Oh, I see you trapping now. Oh, I see you capping now. Oh, so you the jug, man. You be in the hood, man. You just jumped up off the post, nigga. I'm out here getting it. You be stunting for these folk, nigga. I'm out here living it. I be doing shit that you niggas can only dream about. You be on that peasant shit, nigga. I'm what a king about. Legend in my own mind, bro. Do not compare me to you. I've been doing this shit since before it was a thing to do. Damn, I've been rapping since before it was a thing to do. I've been banging K's since second fucking high school. Niggas look at me and be like, damn, bro, you still rapping. Niggas look at you and be like, oh, I see you rapping now. Oh, I see you rapping now. Oh, I see you rapping now. Niggas look at you and be like, oh, I see you rapping now. Niggas look at me and be like, damn, bro, you still rapping. Niggas look at you and be like, oh, I see you rapping now. Your mama still love me cause the albums I made. Your brother look up to me cause I'm still getting paid.
Oh, shit. All right, fuck it. Oh, my bad, y'all. We back? Is we back? Yeah, I guess we back. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to this episode 5, episode 5th of the Great Head of Lettuce podcast, man. It is me, your host and humble. I ain't Joe Budden. I don't know why the fuck I even stole that shit. So it's just me. I'm Romaine Lettuce. Yeah, man, I'm here. And in me being here, I'm still trying to decide if I want to keep doing these songs at the beginning of these episodes. But yet again, man, this one led into it. Because it's over this past week. Well, first of all, I did make it to New York City. I had a great time. What I did in New York City, I can't truly discuss legally. But I had a wonderful time in New York, living the New York lifestyle. It was very cold. Made it back home in one piece. But in this past week, I've been discussing the prospect of my podcast with friends of mine, just in casual conversation, and then, oh, I didn't know you had a podcast, Ray. And then it was, oh, I know you made music. So that led me to think to myself, like, because I remember because I have been, with all that's been going on locally in the circle, like I said in my episode 3, turn your back on the Lokepack episode. As I said in that, it's just, I don't know. But everybody doesn't know that I am an artist, apparently. I thought they did. I thought that if you were on my social medias or if you were, it's a friend of mine. But then I had to think about the degrees of separation. So this is mainly for the mob masters of the world. Shout out to Joe. But I will reintroduce myself to the world for those that don't know. Romaine Lettuce, that is my stage name. My real name is unimportant. If you know me and you love me, then you know my real name. But Romaine Lettuce, my stage name. Stage name because I am an artist. I am a creator, not just a creator of podcasts, but from the early 1990s, giving my age away, to this fucking day. I have not stopped making music. Um, I would consider myself a prominent historic figure in the legacy of Cincinnati rap and hip hop. Um, a pioneer of sorts, I should say. Um, and I'm also just thinking this has nothing to do with nothing, but New York weed is crazy, man. I don't know why I just brought that up. Just took a mega pool of this awesome. I love sativas. I'm not really an indica person. I don't want to go to sleep. If I want to go to sleep, I'll lay my ass in the fucking bed. I ain't gonna smoke to go to sleep. But um, just buying weed in New York, they got a lot of indica and very high prices. And I was just taken aback by this excellent pool of weed. I'm sorry for going off course, guy. But the music thing, man. I've been making music for a very long time. Um, so as the great, or as Jay-Z once said, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ro. R to the O dub. I ain't got nothing. Yeah, niggas after that. I used to sell CDs by the spindle. I guess even back then you could call me Romaine Lettuce. Uh, yeah, man, the music was always a part of my life. I remember when music became something like it was like unlocked in me personally. I remember being at church. I remember the first time I heard everything. I don't know if anybody else ever, because I don't know if that's a artist thing. I don't know if you listen to music the way I listen to music. I don't know if you hear what I hear when you're listening to music. So, um, when I started off rapping with my little brother, I want to say my first tape was about 19, in between these 3 years, 1989, 1990, and 1991. Please don't call me old. I am seasoned, my nigga. I'm a vet. But me and my brother made our first tape. It was called Daddy, I'll Be Back. Um, it was a tape that we made for my father. Because we was young kids, man, and we was fresh in Cincinnati. My mother and my father had divorced, and my mom left my dad and left since Cleveland, and we came down to Cincinnati. And me and my brother had a little keyboard. I don't even call it a Casio keyboard. It was before that. It wasn't even a Casio. It was a kid's keyboard with a little pre-made up in there. You know what I mean? So we would put little one key notes on there. Dun, 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 and now we got a song. And we was just freestyling. But the premise of the album was, or the tape, I don't remember how many songs we had on there. I don't remember. The only song I do remember for sure that we made is Daddy, I'll Be Back. And we named the name of the whole tape. I think it was like 2 or 3 songs we did. But it was called Daddy, I'll Be Back. And it was basically us telling our father that we was coming back. Like, we'll be back. Don't worry about it. We'll be back. It was kids being kids. But that opened the door for me knowing that I could make music. That wasn't when I first was in church, then I realized that the musician in me was unlocked. Um, after Daddy I'll Be Back, we didn't start getting into music seriously again until I want to say high school. That's hence why I say on that song that I played at the beginning, "Oh, I see you rapping now." I've been rapping since before it was a thing to do. That's a fact. Back when I rapped, or when I first started rapping, um, that shit wasn't cool. Nigga being a rapper was not cool. Nigga, it was not a cool thing to be a rapper. It was not something that niggas was everybody was trying to do. You was a loser, nigga, and not on some old, not today's type of loser where you will waste your time and your money and you know what I'm saying, your resources and abandon your family to try to put out your little weak ass mixtape that nobody's gonna listen to. No, I mean niggas was really not rapping. Like niggas like this is a rap night. Niggas cap on niggas like man, this is a rapping ass nigga over here. Like this nigga a rapper. Like this nigga rap. Like, I mean it's not cool. It was not cool to be a rapper. Even if he was good at it. Like it was just ass Black Rain. He was around. Um, and I did go to school with Black Rain for a couple of years, and he was always been who he is now. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Um, in high school is when we first started taking that shit seriously, and me and my brother um, started our first little tape that we was doing under the Bodie Click. Now the Bodie Click started from my now deceased cousin Danny Bodie, rest in peace, from the Tot Lot. Now we took Bodie because if you from Cincinnati, you've heard plenty of people named Bodie, call Bodie, all that shit. But we took it and turned it into something totally different. We turned it into a rap group, which was the Bodie Brothers at first, because it was me and I was R Bodie, and my brother was E Bodie, and Danny Bodie, which was the originator, young Danny Bodie, man. Daniel Ford, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Danny, man. Daniel Ford, man. I just got some memories of my cuz, man. But rest in peace to Daniel Ford, man. The originator, the founder of the Bodie Brothers, aka or essentially everything that we're doing now. But we started the Bodie Click, and our first tape, damn. See, I wasn't even prepared for this episode on some old writing shit down shit. I just knew I could wing this shit because this is my fucking life. These memories are popping up in my head, man, and it's just... So, we started the crew. It started off with me, Danny, and my brother. And we had our friends that we grew up around, man. Ghetto Neil and Ghetto Neem. It was Ghetto Neem at the time, but we now know him as Dundee or Dunny Rich. Champagne and his hot. JV was Jason Vincent, original member of the clique. Jason Vincent. I ain't gonna say that. I keep saying it and it sounds like I'm saying Vincent. It's Vincent, Vinson. But JV is the original member of the clique. ABC Bodie. Damn, ABC Bodie, man. They call me ABC Bodie. The A stand for ass, the B stand for bitches, and the C stand for cash. Ass, bitches, and cash was the name of this nigga album. But but our first tape was called, and it was a tape. And I remember taking a little cassette tape that we had from another album, and I made the album cover. And I drew it. It was the Bodie star. It was an 8-point star because you know the Bloods had the 5-point star, and or you know what I'm saying. When I was young, it was Bloods had 5-point star, which they still do. They threw up the 5, right? And then the Crips, which was more than likely GDs back then, because this was when the GDs just came when they was coming from Chicago and trying to take over all the cities and shit. So the GDs was here. So I remember seeing the 6-point star. And then I made the 8-point star for the Bodie Click because it was 8 members. and it was an 8-point star. So I drew the 8-point star, and the name of the album was The Ghetto Ain't No Joke. I'll never forget that shit. The Ghetto Ain't No Joke, man. In the ghetto ain't no joke. What a great fucking album that'll never be heard again. Um, Damn, I'm sorry. These memories just keep coming back to me, and they are incredible. But after The Ghetto Ain't No Joke, which was basically a hood album, like we didn't really put that shit out for the school to hear. That was more of a us thing. Like that was just for us to listen to. But after The Ghetto Ain't No Joke, it was supposed to be Triumph because we had established ourselves in high school, man. After like the True Click had formed, and we started Hit It From the Back Productions, which was our first record label, which only came about because we was fucking kids and we was on Photoshop or the print shop thing on the computer and shit. Get on Neil's computer or his daddy's computer that he was using to make business. We was making our little printing little covers and shit up on there. But it had a dude, working out dude, and he had his hands on his hips, like he was strong. And there was a working out lady, and she was bent over forwards, and we just photoshopped it to where she was bent over in front of her man's. And then, the old concave over shit, man. Hit It From the Back Productions, man. It was great. And once we started Hit It From the Back Productions and established ourselves as a real clique of rap niggas back in the day, how you used to establish or assert your dominance as a rap collective was not by putting out the best album. It was by battling motherfuckers. So what we used to do is we used to battle other crews within the school and shit. And we used to always pick homecomings or, a big school gathering. And it was more than likely the homecoming because everybody was there. The crowd, everybody could see us. We would all pick a part of the school or the little homecoming, which was usually in the school, to battle. And we would wait there for niggas to call it. Like we would do our damn. I mean, we would enjoy the homecoming, but now it's time, nigga. Then we would all enter. It was like a movie. We would all convene together and wait for somebody to come and test us, nigga. And it's the craziest part because even before we would go to the homecoming, we would gather at my house. I remember one time in particular, it was me, Dunny, my brother, C Real, Clarence Dickinson, original Bodie brother. Donnie, I want to say Rico was there. I don't know if Rico was there, but Donnie and Rico, I'm going to say Donnie and Rico. I know for a fact that it was C Real, me, Elim, Dunny, Shannon was there, Ha. And we was in my room. We was battling each other, freestyling, preparing, getting ready for whoever the fuck was gonna test us. So the Bodie clique, man, it was at that point in time, it was the BOLDY, battling others loudly, destroying y'all, nigga. We was destroying niggas. That's how we felt, nigga. We even threw the block party. I still got them pictures up for the senior skip day party. I still got them pictures on my Facebook and shit. It was great. But we established ourselves in high school. And at no point in time doing all this establishing and shit, because back then it was rap groups. I didn't even think to myself of being a solo artist until we was trying to do the Triumph album. Now, my brother Clarence, Donnie, Rico, they are all athletes. Every last one of them played either football and basketball or just football. And then Clarence and my brother Elim also was in band with us. I'm in band, Shannon's in band, Ghetto Neil's in band, Dunny's at West High at this point in time, or Princeton, one or the other. I forgot which one he was at the time. And I'm just in band. I'm not doing nothing else. I'm not an athlete. But I'm totally focused on the music. I'm trying to get everybody, let's do this Triumph album. Let's do this Triumph album. Um, and nobody was trying to do it. So that ended up being what turned into my first solo project, which was called Who. Because I was not the standout artist in the clique, even though I wanted to be. I put myself out there like I was the leader and all that shit. Um, and I mean, I was basically the glue. But yeah, I put out the Who album, which not only was a collective of songs that was supposed to be on the Triumph album, but it was a bunch of songs that I had did solo. Great songs. Ah man, those memories. That album also brought Ron and CP Babe into the fold. Cause back in high school, wasn't nobody fucking with RON or his beats, and I gave that nigga a chance. Because I know how it felt to have people not listening to your shit, and I knew how it felt to be shy and timid about letting people hear. Cause Ron didn't want to let nobody. He was because nobody wants to be rejected. So even in music, but beyond the high school, we got the Impact. After high school, the Bodie brothers ended up being the Bodie clique because members changed. After high school, it was just me, Dunny, and Ron. Everybody else went off to college. And then Monk came into the fold. Ghetto Neil was off doing his own thing, living life. He wasn't in college, but he was in Columbus living life. Uh, oh, the infamous cough per episode. Yeah, man. So we had started the Bodie clique around that time. Monk, CP Babe, RON, me, Dunny, and Diamond Dan being like the flesh and bone of the situation. Like, I mean, he's there, but he's not. He's a member, but he's not. It was like that at that point in time. Like Diamond Dan was iffy. Not iffy as far as like whether or not he was down with us. It was like whether or not he was going to be on the project or not. That was iffy. Like Diamond Dan was not at the photo shoots. Diamond Dan is Dime on. Dime is on Do It Up. He's on Bodie House Bodie Records, part 1 or 2. I forgot which one. I'm sorry. I was really trying to think right there. Like, was Dime on that shit? And I want to say yes. So I'm gonna say yes. Dime is on Do It Up the album, which is our album at Impact. The first Bodie Clique album and the best Bodie Clique album. And damn man. Do It Up was a great album. It's the best album. Fight me about it, nigga. The best album in Impact history. On Impact Entertainment. The best album in On Impact Entertainment history. Arguably, no. There is no argument. It is the best groove album in Bodie House Bodie Records history because it is both released out, and that is also historic because we walked into Impact with our own label because we didn't think they was gonna fuck with us like that. So we was screaming Bodie House Bodie Records and Impact. We got Bodie House Bodie Records and Impact Entertainment presents on our shit, but that was awesome at the time. But after that, I feel like I'm telling the Bodie Clique story, and I shouldn't be telling the Bodie Clique story by myself, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep talking about me. But after we did Do It Up the album, and the Bodie Clique was established, I was going to do my first album at Impact, my first solo album, because that's how we was always going to do it at Impact. We was going to do our group album, Do It Up, everybody drop a solo project, and we get back together to do Ghetto Trendsetters, Do It Up Volume 2, Ghetto Trendsetters, right? my album was called "I Got That Deer in My Park." I forgot. I had about 3, 4 songs, and I remember when I got kicked out, Tay deleted the motherfuckers, and I forgot how they. The lost songs are the worst to even think about because I know I'll never hear them again. Um, but man, yeah. Long story short, and it has been a long story so far. I got into music at a young age, man, and I fell in love with it at that young age. I was about 17 when I knew I loved it. And from the ages, I want to say, of 18 to, I would say, 31, which is sad to think about. But from the ages of 18 to 31, I pursued that shit. I ain't gonna say with everything I had in me because I didn't give it, and I can say I don't give too much of anything outside of fatherhood and being a husband, and even I fall short at even those things. But I don't give nothing 100%, man. I can't think of anything that I've given my full fucking effort to, like my full. I ain't never. I'm always holding back a little bit. So I never gave this music my full effort, but it was 100% a goal of mine to make it. And then what making it was changed to me. And what success was changed to me. And I started to look back at my total body of work, which I can say with confidence, to me, I have the best catalog in Cincinnati rap history, man. I've got. See now. First of all, I shouldn't even be doing this shit, but I'm gonna look up because I forgot. I can't name all my albums off the top of my head. Yeah, I can probably, but I don't want to think like that. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Google myself and see what Google says about Romaine Lettuce. Romaine Lettuce is a Cincinnati-based hip-hop artist, producer, and founder of Bodie House Bodie Records. That's a fact. Known for a style inspired by 90s Memphis rap. That is also a fact. A veteran of the local scene. That is a fact. He has released multiple albums, including Mega Man, Lovers and Stoners, the Notorious Dubai Pack, to name a few. Blah, blah, blah. All right. That is not a bad. I mean, they got my discography and shit, but this is not the full discography. I'm going to have to go and check up some old posts of mine because I know it's a post where I got my whole discography on that motherfucker. But I'm going to say I got my first album as Romaine Lettuce. It's called Mean Green. And then, so this is there's different eras of my music too. Because you can hear me going from boy to man. That's why I like to consider my music to be like a diary of sorts. I tell my children all the time, I say, y'all should listen to all my albums in order. And you can listen to your father grow as a man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I went from wanting to be a street nigga and a thug and a hustling ass nigga to wanting to be a spiritual, faithful, good person who destroys anybody who steps in my way on the fucking mic. You heard me? And I always try to put out the best verse anytime I was on the song. I can't even find these fucking albums on my fucking socials, man. That's crazy. I got, okay, the K-Life era of rap. Damn, I got more K Life albums than anything, and they end like this. Damn, it's sad to even look at it now. So we got Mean Green, Green Eggs and Ham. Them that was when I was in my green phase, right? Because it was romaine lettuce. Romaine lettuce was for the green. The green was for the money and the weed, right? So I live for bitches and blunts. We live in weed and money. That's what Pete taught me. But Mean Green, then Green Eggs and Ham. Them are my two most acclaimed albums by far. My debut album and my sophomore album are my two most highly touted albums in my history, as far as the local scene goes. Then we got Fresh Produce, which is probably one of my favorite albums. And then we got Romania, which is a collective of unreleased songs and a few hit songs on there. So we got Romania. And then the K Life era ends with Cincinnati Hollywood, man. I just thought about that. So these are 5 albums that I had in the era, which is called the K Life era. It's when we were selling Ks. Excuse me. After no. Yeah, after Cincinnati Hollywood, then it was 1998. 1998 Arbo. That was when I first started the turnaround, the transition, because I wasn't really selling Ks at that time because the CD game had went out. That's when MP3s and shit first started to come out. So the K Life was dead. After 1998, I think it's Let Us Pray. Might be right. I'm just looking at the transition of life. It is Let Us Pray. So 1998, Let Us Pray. And then after Let Us Pray, it's The Spirit of Truth. So after we've got the K Life era, then we got the Growing Up era. And that's 1998, Let Us Pray, and The Spirit of Truth. Those albums are my most vulnerable albums, if you listen to them. Those are my most personal albums. Um, Damn, the things I was going through in my life at those times, and all 3 of those albums are. And I've been saying this shit from the very, very longest, even though it's not on DSPs right now, and it will be again soon. But The Spirit of Truth is a story. Nobody ever told me what story I'm telling. I'm trying to tell people, like, yo, what message am I? Because this is when I started doing. The Spirit of Truth is probably my first. No, 1988 is my first concept album. And it is the start of my concept album too. 1998. Then Let Us Pray. Then The Spirit of Truth. All concept albums. But very personal albums, very great albums. Then we got, after Spirit of Truth, we got Lovers and Stoners. Lovers and Stoners is an album dedicated to my wife. I made that album. Well, it started off from a song that I made called Osieras 2, which is based on the time that me and my wife went to um, Sunny Isle in Florida, just me and her. This was after my grandfather's funeral. My grandfather had just passed. I think my wife knew I needed to get away, and we needed some time alone. This was probably the first vacation we took without the kids, so we felt weird. But we went to Sunny Isle. I was smoking some of the best weed I was smoking in a long time there, because I had just got a new job, and I was making more money than I ever made in my life, and I was buying loud as much as I could. So we were smoking on the beach. My wife was looking very attractive to me. We made a lot of sweet nasty love down there. And I made a song about it called I See It As Too because we was walking on the beach one day and it was these, um, I don't want to say, they was Hispanic. I don't know which ethnicity they were. Ethnicity. Damn, that fucked me up. I don't know which ethnicity they was, to be exact, but Hispanic for sure. And they were singing a gospel song that we didn't know was gospel at the time, but it was beautiful. It was called Asiata Sue. I still got the tape or the video to this day of us walking by and listening to them sing. So I named the song Asietas Too, which means that is what you are. But in that song, I put it out. I said, "This is for the lovers and stoners," and it started the album "Lovers and Stoners," which is about weed and my wife. Weed and my wife, lovers and stoners. Every song, it's up there. It's in my top 3 albums. Fun fact. My wife has never listened to that album. Let me repeat that one more time. I made an entire album about my wife and marijuana. Marijuana has heard that album thousands of times more than my wife has. But that's neither here nor there. Still an excellent fucking album. And then Mega Man. Mega Man was made to prove a point. That's when we first started in-house productions. And I was trying to show my young niggas that it don't take shit to make y'all overthinking this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all overthinking the music process. I did the first song, which is called Snake Man. I remember that's a 1-day song. I made that beat, wrote that song, went to the studio, recorded that song, and put that song out all in one fucking day. Just to prove a point. And from that, I decided I'm gonna make an album just to prove to these niggas that it ain't hard to do. And I'm Mega Man. I mean, it's like I was a robot. And it was also a concept album. All them albums after Cincinnati Hollywood, every album was a concept album. That's crazy. And then I got a few EPs. And I've dedicated myself. I'm only gonna drop one more album in my life. I'm putting out beat tapes. They've been doing wonderful. You can look me up on anywhere that they play music at. Romaine Lettuce, ROWMANELETTUCE. Look me up. And that's for the mob masters of the world and everybody that didn't know I did music. So the episodes where I don't prepare myself, man, I swear. I don't understand how I do it. Because it really do be weird and hard for me. Also, can you tell that I have a new mic? I got a new podcast mic. It's got the nice little stand and shit. You know what I mean? It's like right in my face and shit. I can move it away like this. You know what I mean? I can move it out of my face, bring it back to my face. You know what I mean? Pause. But can you tell it's a new microphone? Does it sound better? Does it sound more professional? Like, I don't know. Does my voice sound better? I don't know. But I'm very glad with this new microphone. I'm investing in myself and this podcast and thank you to everybody who has sent me feedback. And also does it come from me listening to myself on my podcast. So I'm gonna leave today because Today is a ramble session. But I'm gonna leave today. I'm trying to figure out which song I'm gonna play, but I already know it. I knew it from the very beginning, but I'm like avoiding playing this fucking song. But there's only one way that I can do it, and that is, I should play that. No, I can't play nothing from Lovers and Stoners. It's too much. Oh man, one day I'm gonna do an episode about T-Dot, man. Sad. Anyway, I don't know. I lost my train of thought. We gonna do the intro to Mega Man. My last full-length album, it was released in 2021. It's a great album. It's a very much a concept album. It's the 80s baby album. Ooh, did I hit the mic? I hope y'all ain't hear that. Did I mention this is good weed? But anyway, thank y'all again for tuning in to another episode. I hope I ain't bore y'all with my story of music, because it really ain't full. I got so much to say. And I felt like I was rambling. But thank you again for tuning in to this episode 5 of the Head of Lettuce podcast. I think I'm gonna name this one Allow Me to Reintroduce Myself. Haha. That's what I'm gonna name this episode. But thank you for tuning in. If you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, bell. If you on Twitch, fuck with a nigga. And if you on Spotify and you just so happen to come across my shit, like, oh, that's awesome, cover, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, hit that follow, my dude. Leave a comment. Leave a comment on everything, please. I appreciate it. It helps the algorithm. It really does. I didn't know that shit till I was doing it, but it really helps the algorithm for real. The YouTubers don't be lying. So help a nigga out. And I'll see y'all next week. I will be more prepared for episode 6. I might even have a guest. I got 2 mics now. So, this is the Great Romaine Lettuce. The Great Romaine Lettuce. And this is the Mega Man intro. Hope y'all enjoy, and I'll see y'all next week.
Roll busy for you hoes.
Please, if you believe you can defeat me, then you're more delusional than ever.
That's right. You had no idea, did you? I too have the power of a god.
I jumped off on the scene, threw them K's in niggas' face. Some of these niggas ain't never seen. Romaine, IGMAT, I came back with green eggs and ham. Front of 50 pack, man, I was booming K's like kilogram. Hit them with fresh produce, man, my produce was the freshest. Took them to Romania cause it was highly requested. Told y'all Cincinnati, Hollywood back in the day. Went back to 1998 and spoke to God, now let us pray. Yeah, went to Memphis 10 and linked with legends of my youth. Yeah, came back and then gave you niggas the spirit of truth. I'm a fan of my friends, I hope it showed in value 1. And now I understand, oh yeah, my nigga, the rain has just begun. In-house production, me and Ron, now we some owners. Paradise dope and my wife inspired lovers and stoners. 20 plus years and 10 albums, most niggas won't obtain. Been through all the rain, king of staying in my lane, bitch, I'm Mega Man.